I longed to revisit one of the oldest game lodges in South Africa. And here I am, travelling by car northwards on the old explorer's Great North Road, towards Sabi Sabi, which borders the Great Kruger National Park in South Africa's lush subtropical lowveld. The African night, velvet sky and caster sugar stars, and death. We saw the kill in jump cuts, the drama caught in flash frames from the game guard's spotlight. A big male lion moving fast and heavy-pawed through the bush, but with that coiled feline power. A sudden hard strike, and it was all over, and the little warthog was dead. My first kill. Africa takes no prisoners. Dawn rose the next day, as it always has. That's Africa's way, death and rebirth in endless cycles. I'd arrived at Sabi Sabi just the day before by Land Rover, that timeless workhorse of the bush, on my quest to recapture the Africa of my past. Sabi Sabi lies close to the vast Kruger National Park in South Africa, but this is only part of the truth, because Africa is more than just a place on a map. Africa is a state of mind that's timeless, enduring through yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Africa is inside us all. And at Sabi Sabi, I recaptured something of my own primal nature. I refound the quiet places in my own heart, revisited my own private wilderness. Partly because I saw again the famed Big Five of Africa: elephant, lion, buffalo, white rhino, and leopard. This was a great privilege. I wanted the total Sabi Sabi experience and stayed first at Salati Camp. Salati is a relic of the real old Africa. It's very exclusive. In fact, all the Sabi Sabi lodges have been awarded 5-star grading. But Salati has only 8 suites, including the Ivory Suite, the so-called Presidential Suite. It's a stone and thatch structure, the thatch weathered to a bush-friendly silver by time. The whole camp snugged softly into the surrounding bush. Salati is built on the banks of the Msutlu River, hard by the old Salati railway line. This old track, now long abandoned, was intended to link Johannesburg in the gold rush days with the neutral port of Lorenzo Marques in Mozambique. Relics of the railway's heritage are used cleverly to evoke a sense of the camp's colourful past, when hunters and explorers and adventurers, and even the odd crook or two, sought comfort in its African embrace. Salati is a real colonial experience, with decent silver-plated condiment sets, Persians amongst the rustic simplicity, fat, comfy, overstuffed sofas, and even a touch of humble corrugated iron to add a little Victorian charm. Salati is like a cross between an English country house and a colonial hunting lodge, luxury that's kept in check by good taste. It's a bit like the way Karen Blixen and Dennis Finch Hatton lived in the 30s in Kenya. It's the past recaptured intact from the depths of time. Obviously, there are modern amenities, like a pristine pool under the buffalo thorn trees. But there's only one electrical plug point per room at Salati. At night, the camp's lit by the soft firefly glow of traditional oil lamps. The lookout decks are built out over the river, where you can game watch the lazy way. Dinner is served here too, under the stars that people in cities never see. One of the best things about being in the bush is the tranquility. Here the silence penetrates right into you and sows little seeds of serenity in your soul. But Salati caters for the body as well as the soul. And sumptuous home-cooked dinners are also served in the old farmhouse kitchen with its lookout gallery above, where you can relax and take in the splendor of the mango-colored sunset while sipping your sundowner. One of the best parts of the day is going on your late afternoon game drive in the care of Wim, one of Sabi Sabi's very experienced rangers. Wim's not only a wildlife expert, dedicated to the nuances of the bush. He knows how to handle his large caliber big game rifle too, which is reassuring in the unlikely event of a real charge from one of Africa's big five. You want a cool head and steady nerve on your side. Sabi Sabi's rangers have both. Wim tells us fascinating things about the bush, like the fact that the zebra stripes are a kind of barcode, a barcode that's unique to every animal. A newborn baby zebra must learn to distinguish his mother's unique combination of stripes almost immediately after birth, if it's to stay close to the protection of the mare and the dominant stallion when predators are on the hunt for food. Wim likes buffalo the way I do. I like their peacefulness and their solidity. The big old males, the kukulas or daga boys, they weigh upwards of a ton. But this placidity is not the whole story. As Wim says, there's no animal in Africa more aggressive and vindictive than a buffalo who's been wounded and harassed, as many of the old hunters discovered to their cost. Quoting Robert Ruark, the American author, who wrote so well about Africa, Wim says, "They look at you like you owe them money." That's very true. When we spot a white rhino and a calf, Wim suggests we dismount. He takes us closer and closer, but never too close. The first rhinos appeared about 37 million years ago, and they are truly prehistoric looking. We leave her quietly, tending her baby. The African night closes on the earth as swiftly as an eyelid. But we make time to celebrate sunset way out in the bush before heading home to camp and its small gleaming campfires, tired and happy to enjoy the great African luxury, a shower under the stars, and to dine together, listening to the lions in the buttercup light from our oil lamps. Next morning, I move on to Bush Lodge at Sabi Sabi. This is a contemporary masterpiece of 25 suites, rectilinear and lean architecturally with walls earth-coated in elephant's hide grey. Bush Lodge is all of a piece visually. The tones shade from terracotta to mango, from butterbean to mud. It's an inescapably African statement. Even the leather sofas are matured by time to a comfortable butterscotch toffee. Bush Lodge is deeply rooted in its African heritage, and a great African tradition is hospitality. And here Bush Lodge excels. The cellar's well stocked with exquisite vintages that perfectly match the five-star cuisine.